Felipe Clement has taken charge of his second game now at Rangers as the Bears drew 0-0 in the Czech Republic against Sparta Prague. In today's video, we will discuss some big talking points from the game, whilst also providing a major update on Rangers' bid to sign Sima permanently, and also rounding up all the latest Rangers news from the last 24 hours. There is so much to cover in today's video. And hello everybody, welcome back to the channel guys, I hope you're all well. Before we do get into today's video, as always, please do smash that like button and subscribe to the channel for daily Rangers content. Felipe Clement has revealed his plan to turn Danilo into a more than just a goal scorer. The Rangers striker was thrown on in the latter stages against Sparta Prague and came inches from winning a goal in his cameo showing. But for a save on the crossbar with just 5 minutes left, Danilo would have been celebrating. However, Clement was still impressed with Danilo's impact from Rangers and hailed his striker's killer capacities in the box. And the manager is keen to add to Danilo's game to take him from being a goal scorer to a striker capable of doing hard work for his side. Speaking after the goalless draw, Clement said, "I didn't know him really long, I saw him at Ajax and at Feyenoord. He has killer capacities in the box, he's a goal scorer, I want to make him a striker who works hard, not only thinking about scoring goals, but because of that part we need. He has the individual actions to make a difference. That's what we expect, not only to score goals, but also to do a job for the team. He's shown bright things the last couple of days, that's why he's got minutes with a good save, otherwise it was a brilliant way to end." Rangers do not have the option to buy on loan Brighton star Abdallah Sima at the end of his Ibrox spell. The Seagulls sent Sima to Glasgow in a bid to get him more first-team football. He is impressed in the opening months of the 2023-2024 campaign, in one of the bright spots of the otherwise dismal season. But Rangers will need to open talks with the Premier League highflyers Brighton to find out their valuation of Sima if they are to press ahead with a permanent swoop. It is being reported by Football Insider that Ibrox Chiefs do like the idea of signing him permanently come the end of his loan contract and will open negotiations with Brighton. The Seagulls have a history of getting top dollar for their best performers and raked in a British record for £115 million when Moises Caicedo joined Chelsea in the summer. Sima has been a regular starter for Rangers in all competitions so far this season and has managed to score 9 goals in 16 appearances. He has also managed 4 goals in his last 3 Scottish Premiership starts. That includes a brace as Rangers ran out 4-0 winners against Hibernian on Saturday in Philippe Clement's first game in charge at Ibrox. His form has earned him a recall to the Senegal senior squad for the first time since September 2021. Sima could miss as many as 6 games in the new year if he's included in the squad for the African Cup of Nations. He signed for Brighton from Slavia Prague in 2021 as under contract at the Amex until June 2025. Obviously, Rangers last night drew 0-0 with Sparta Prague, and in this part of the video we're going to be going through the major talking points from Sparta Prague 0, Rangers 0. Big job ahead for Clement. While pacing back and forth within his technical area in Prague, Felipe Clement must have been acutely aware of the enormity of the task he faced taking the reins at Rangers. The victory over Hibs last Saturday was undeniably encouraging, yet notably the Belgian coach refrained from labelling us as impressive, remarking that it's a significant statement. The events of last night shed a light on why he held that perspective. Cyril Dessers and somewhat lesser extent Sam Lammers exhibited improved performances over the weekend, but in Prague they were unable to build upon their previous showing. Rangers encountered structural challenges as they sought a solution, compounded by the absence of a left-back and an asymmetrical approach. Their pressing strategy, while effective, made it too comfortable for the home side to contend with. Going beyond the tactical formations, there remains a conspicuous lack of form and confidence in many of individual players. Todd Cantwell did embark on a promising run after half-time, but aside from that, the attacking threat was virtually non-existent, until Danilo and Nico Raskin in particular assumed a greater degree of responsibility in the game's latter stages, causing the home crowd to experience some anxious moments. It is important to emphasize that Clement inherited this situation and squad rather than constructing or molding it, and last night's match unequivocally endorsed the extensive work that still lies ahead. Nonetheless, it is worthwhile noting that Rangers still achieved a result that could prove to be pivotal when viewed in the broader context. All over the place. At the halftime whistle, the wellspring of hope that had been steadily filling up since Clement's victory against Hibernian must have evaporated from the hearts of the fans, whether they had been in the stadium or following on from home. Sparta had 0.85 expected goals and 13 attempts. In contrast to us, we had 1 lone shot, painted the narrative, not an abundance of glaring chances, but certainly enough moments to justify a lead. Before the game, Clement had emphasised that his team should approach it as if it was a home fixture and determined not to concede any initiative to the host. Regrettably, direction was unfulfilled. Sparta's assertive man-to-man pressing combined with a dearth of options in Rangers' attacking front, whether they retain possession, orchestrate plays, or make penetrative runs, bestowed complete control under the Czech side. When Rangers did mount aggressive actions, their reactive style, in contrast to the host's proactive tactics, allowed Sparta to manoeuvre through the offensive manoeuvres with relative ease. Rangers found themselves in the middle ground, lacking both compactness and aggression. The outcome was at the first half that felt disjointed, especially as Rangers adapted to a slightly unfamiliar 3-5-2 formation. Scoring opportunities seemed scarce, and when they did emerge, execution was often amiss. Sima, usually the squad's primary goal threat, found himself in a left wing role that kept his position too deep to exploit space in behind the defence, frequently leaving him playing catch-up with his opponent. It wasn't until the final stages of the match where we started to see a momentum shift and actually started to create chances. Butland to the rescue. Since joining the summer, Jack Butland hasn't put a foot wrong and has been very good in the Rangers' goal. In a season marked by scarcity to standout performances and players stepping up when needed, one can only speculate where Rangers have found themselves without the dependable presence of Jack Butland. His contribution in the first half was amazing and was almost a brick wall. Admittedly, there was a cautionary note against excessive reactions. The first half total of 0.85 expected goals wasn't astronomical, and securing a goalless draw in a European away match should not be downplayed. However, the recurring barrage of shots, instant waves of attacks, and the positions assumed by the home team conveyed a near constant threat, especially during the first hour of play. Butland's performance was punctured by a significant double save early in the game, initiated when Lammers carelessly gave away possession in the midfield. From that point onward, Butland found himself consistently in the thick of action, not only making crucial saves but also acting as a sweeper behind his defensive line. Berimanovic, a persistent menace on the left flank, was fourth on 3 separate occasions by Butland, who worked in close coordination with his wingback. Ryan Sparta's adaptness in navigating the press and the swift transitions in attack meant there were more often than not it was a vigilant goalkeeper interventions that prevented an opening goal during the first half. A draw is not the end of the world. In the last part of the game, Rangers did start to spring together and we looked a lot better, and at one point I thought we were going to potentially nick all 3 points. However, over the whole performance, I believe we are the side walking away the happier out of the 2 teams, and this side hasn't been beat all this season at home, and to take a point might be huge going forward in the group as the group progresses. Rangers fans, what are your thoughts on the match yesterday? And from early showings, would you like Rangers to make Abdallah Sima a permanent acquisition? If so, how much do you think it will cost? Let me know down there in the comment section below. That brings us to the end of today's video. As always, please do smash that like button and subscribe to the channel for daily Rangers content. Thank you, and I'll see you all next time. Take care. Peace.